Up first for you today is Principal John Dodig with some news of a very impressive accomplishment.
Good morning, Staples. I have some wonderful news for you today. I'm pleased to announce that Staples has a National Reflections winner. Melanie Mignucci has won the highest honor, the Outstanding Interpretation Award. Melanie will receive an all-expense-paid trip for herself and one adult to the National PTA Convention, which is in San Jose, California, later this year. Melanie will also receive an $800 cash award, and $200 will be donated to the Staples PTA in her name. She will receive a Gold Reflections Medal and a certificate and letter signed by the National PTA President. Finally, she will receive recognition in the annual PTA Reflections online gallery. Melanie, we are very proud of you, and we congratulate you for your success. This is an outstanding achievement. I also want to thank Melanie's art teachers for helping her hone her artistic skills over the years. Have a great day, Staples.
Thanks, Mr. Dodig, and congratulations to Melanie for her award. With only 40 days left to graduation, our first piece seems very appropriate. Zach Stansted from our TV class recently sat down to interview Matt Silvers, Staples High School's 2012 valedictorian. Here's Zach's piece about this remarkable young man.
Hi, I'm Zach Stansted here with our valedictorian Matt Silvers. We're going to be asking him some questions today. So Matt, what can you tell me about the day in the life of the valedictorian?
Well, the day in my life is just like anyone else's. I get up in the morning, go to school, go to my classes. After school, I might have sports or music depending on the time of the year. And then I go home, do my homework, maybe talk to my friends a little bit, Facebook. Pretty much just like anyone else's day.
You seem to have a pretty normal life. So how did you become the valedictorian?
I'd say a lot of it is just my mentality in classes. I mean, I take a lot of notes, I really try to concentrate, and that makes it a lot easier after school because the homework and studying for tests isn't quite as hard.
If you could change anything about your high school career, what would you change?
What I would say I would change is to take slightly fewer classes because, especially this year, I really spread myself out very far, and while I enjoyed all the classes, while it was a really great experience, I'd say it would have been better to not focus quite as much on schoolwork. And that's easier said than done because there's obviously a lot of pressure to really impress colleges or really just to push yourself to the limit, and I really like to challenge myself. But if I could do it differently, I might taken a few classes that might have been a little less challenging, maybe explore some more electives, some art classes, but other than that, there really is not much that I would change.
So, we know about your life in high school. What about before high school? Tell me about Scrabble.
Sure. So, in 7th and 8th grade, I competed in the National School Scrabble Championships and was on the champion team both years, so that was a really cool accomplishment. And I've been playing Scrabble tournaments since.
When you were young, you were on Jimmy Kimmel Live. What was that experience like?
That was a really cool experience. So what happened was after my teammate and I won the school Scrabble championships in 7th grade, we were invited on the Jimmy Kimmel show. So we played against him, but the rules were kind of tweaked. It was the first to 100. He got to go first. He dropped his tiles and he played a 7-letter word, but it was a really cool experience. I mean, Jimmy Kimmel is an awesome guy. It was a really fun show, and everyone there was really nice.
Did you feel like he cheated?
I think so. I think he did. He didn't want to lose on TV. I mean, that'd be pretty embarrassing.
Do you have any advice for the incoming class? Any advice to the underclassmen as to maybe how to become valedictorian?
Well, there's only one spot for it, so obviously not everyone will get to it, but just some general tips to do well in school. I mean, best to hit the ground running, start doing well, studying hard when you're really starting out in high school. And also just take classes you like. I know there's a lot of pressure to take the absolute best classes to look good to colleges, and obviously you should challenge yourself a lot, but don't just endlessly stack on classes. I mean, you'll really regret it if you take too much, if you bite off more than you can chew.
Given the chance to do it all over, would you do it again?
Yeah, I think it's definitely a good goal to go for. I mean, it feels really good to achieve this, and I feel very honored to be recognized this way.
Thanks, Zach, and congratulations, Matt. If you sometimes think that you are seeing doubles in the hallways of Staples High School, there's a good possibility that you really are. So much so that the sophomore class is being recognized by the Guinness Book of World Records. I recently sat down with Luke Foreman, one of the sophomore class's 16 pairs of twins, to ask him how this all began. We all remember the historic day last year when Staples broke the world record for most people arm wrestling simultaneously.
Go!
This year, another record is being broken, this time for the most twins in a single grade, 16. Here's our interview with Luke to tell you a little bit more about it. So Luke, why don't you talk a little bit about what made you decide to pursue this idea?
I heard some twins talking about how we have a lot of twins in our grade, so I did some research. I went online to the Guinness site and I found that the world record was 13 twins in a grade. So I looked for all the twins and I found that we had 14, and then with Mr. Dodig's help we determined that we had 16 pairs of twins in our grade.
Okay, so once you found out that you may have been eligible for the record, what was the next step to continue this? What was the next step in the process?
After that, I contacted the Guinness representative to find out what we needed to do in order to officially break the record. And I talked to all the twins and they were up for it, so I gathered all their birth certificates and a bunch of other documentation, and then hopefully we'll have the official record.
So once the Guinness people have signed off that you've officially broken the record, what happens then?
We'll get a certificate saying that we broke the record, and the goal is to maybe be in the book or back of the book or do what we can. There's already...
Yeah, we've been keeping our eyes open for it, and this has somewhat gone viral. We saw it first on Westport News, then on Channel 12, and then ABC News and these other guys. So could you tell us a little bit about the coverage this is getting, just from what you've seen?
Mr. Dodig talked to someone from News 12 who came in and documented the event, and soon after that I was interviewed by someone from Westport News who put us on the front page, and then a lot of other news sources picked it up and used the same story. It was ABC News, Yahoo News, Huffington Post, so all those, a bunch of the big guys. There's already been a lot of newspaper articles about it, even in like England and Italy. We're getting some offers I can't talk about right now, but yeah, hopefully everything will work out and it'll be cool.
Thanks to Luke Foreman for the interview, and News 12 Connecticut for the background footage. That was my report, now back to the host. Stereo on WWPT 90.3 FM. Zach Sanstead created the following piece about this memorable event.
Oh, hello. How are you doing there? I'm John Morris. I am a booking agent slash videographer for Live from the Media Lab here in the wonderful Staples Media Lab.
Hi, I'm Alex Zuckerman, and I'm the director of Live at the Media Lab here at Staples. Every other week we bring in bands into the studio and we have them play a live concert, and we film them and we put them on TV, and we also record them. We stream them live over the internet and the radio, and it's a really cool experience.
It's really great. I mean, it gives students an opportunity to get experience with filming and with production and with audio and with radio, and it's so many different kind of technological and musical aspects integrated in one program.
Well, we have meetings every Thursdays after school here in the Media Lab, and you can come by and we'll give you information about upcoming shows and how you can help out. So if you're interested in doing audio or video, we'd love to have you come down. We always need cameramen and audio technicians, people to set up mics, people to host. If you're interested in like hosting a TV show or something, we'd love to have you come on. You can interview bands, you can bring in your favorite bands, you can hang out with Honeycutt, excuse me. Only professionals can call him Honeycutt, like myself.
Right now I'm naming the tracks that we're going to be using in the session so that we know
what sound sources are which, because we're going to be miking, but in this case DIing all the different like instruments that they have out there, and so we need to know which one is which when we mix it.
It was a great show. The band was fairly amazing. They cut across a lot of generations, and I liked them, the kids liked them. That's a difference of about 50 years or so. So yeah, it was a really good band. We had a good recording session. I think Alex and Quinn did a great job, and I think that we're in good shape. Now it's just time to break down and go home for the weekend.
And live at the Media Lab, we're all equal.
There are at least 2 more Live from the Media Lab concerts coming up. Tomorrow, a band named Dear Matthew is coming in to do a show. They are from South America, and it should be a terrific afternoon. You're welcome to stop by. If not, you can tune in to us on the radio at 90.3 FM WWPT, or watch us on Cablevision Channel 78, or on the Westport Board of Education live stream, which is linked from the Media Lab website. The Live from the Media Lab crew is always looking for new members, so if you think you might like to learn to run a camera, the video switcher, or the audio board during a broadcast, stop by the Media Lab. And now it is time for sports. The baseball team continues to do well. At the time this show was put together, the team was 13-2. Up next are some highlights from Monday's game, compliments of Staples Jr. Trevor Locke.
Hi, Ben Greenberg here to talk to you about another big Staples baseball win, this one against Danbury on Monday. It made us 13-2 and 11-2 in the FCAC. So Trevor Locke does a great job, and here are the highlights. Thanks for watching. Tomorrow's a huge game against undefeated Greenwich. I hope to see you all there, 4 o'clock right after school. Thanks.
Tomorrow, there is a huge home game against an undefeated Greenwich team. This year's Staples baseball team has earned our respect, so let's turn out big time for tomorrow's game. That's our sports report for this week, Staples, and that's our show for today. Period 8 will be back next Tuesday with another great show. Have a wonderful weekend and see you all at the ball game. Goodbye.